What's good, guys? Today we are going to be watching NBA TV's The Dream Team documentary. Now, this is going to be an interesting one because I've heard a lot of things about this team, but I haven't seen the intricate details. I'm not gonna lie, to be honest with you, I've seen the Redeem Team, and I think I've seen the documentary about the Olympic team with LeBron James, Stephen Curry, the ones that just won the Olympic medal. Now, this is gonna be my first time watching this. I hope you guys enjoy this one. Come on, man.
Why do people talk about dreams so much in sports? Dream seasons, dream matchups, dream opportunities. They do it because so much of sports is about imagining what you want things to be like. If only the setting were just right.
It was one of those times none of us will ever forget.
The characters just right.
I don't know anything about Angola, but Angola's in trouble.
The timing just right.
11 Hall of Famers. I don't think you can ever do that again at no point in time.
If only it could all
11 Hall of Famers. Damn. 11 Hall of Famers. Even Michael Jordan said he doesn't think that shit can happen again, bruh. Let's go band for band with the guys, bruh. Let's go band for band. We have Stephen Curry, LeBron James, KD. That's 3. Anthony Edwards is gonna be a Hall of Famer. Anthony Edwards. Damn, bruh. 4? Oh my gosh, the Dream Team was good. The Dream Team was actually good. Oh, Jason Tatum, that's 5. Jason Tatum is 5. Bro, 5 versus 11, that's crazy. Oh my gosh, the Dream Team was actually stacked up.
be the way you might have dreamed it up yourself.
Oh, you filming? Yep.
That was the most exhilarating 15 seconds of my life.
People perceived us as being superheroes.
Please, Michael Jordan!
No Isaiah Thomas stuff.
No Isaiah Thomas question.
Cool. We became a team, and that team just stomped on everything.
Bro, that's crazy. They would have been 12 with Isaiah Thomas. That's crazy. Imagine. And they would have been 12 with Isaiah Thomas, and they had Christian Laettner on that team. Bro, this is crazy, dog. I'm not gonna lie. This is gonna be a good one. I thank you for this recommendation, bro.
This never happened in sports. Nowhere.
Well, I figured eventually there'd be a movie made about the Dream Team.
This group may well be the greatest team ever assembled in the history of team sports.
The Dream Team. It's gonna be a good one, bro. I can feel it.
God bless you, and God bless America.
20 years can go by pretty fast, and the world isn't going to stop and wait for you to remember what it used to look like. 1992 was a time of change. New faces in America quickly transforming into cultural icons. None more so than the superstars of the NBA.
The Bulls have repeated. Let the party begin.
After the legends of the 80s had lifted the league's profile to new heights, a fresh crop of players have blown the lid off.
A fresh crop? Who's this? Who's running down the court, ladies? Oh, that looked like Charles Barkley's head right there. Was that Charles Barkley, bro? That had to be Charles Barkley. That head shape, bro. I see that shit on TNT. I always see that bald head, bro. I knew that was Charles Barkley. The speed, I did not know. I'm not gonna lie. But the head, I could tell. Another thing is, I couldn't have watched this documentary at a perfect time than now, bro. We had the context of MJ, but not MJ, Larry Bird versus Magic. We had the context of a lot of different like conversations, and now we're watching this, bro. This is a perfect timing for this.
Here's Hewitt. Robinson.
Their talents and their charisma made them more than just basketball players.
Spectacular move.
I am not a role model.
They were a new kind of star athlete who whose popularity transcended the game.
Damn, this must have been the golden era, bro. This had to be the golden era of basketball, right? Had to be, dog. These guys are superstars, all that, bro, right? Come on. I could be like Mike. I like to be like Mike. I remember this shit.
Is it the shoes?
No, Mom.
And now the very best of them awaited their brightest showcase, the world's largest athletic stage, the Olympic Games in Barcelona, Spain, even if no one truly realized the impact they would make there.
It's a watershed moment in the history of sports, not just the Olympics, not just basketball. It moved the culture along.
But in 1992, not everyone was ready for them.
1992?
Not everyone thought pro basketball stars had a place in the Olympics.
This kind of thing had never, ever, ever been done. So there was a lot of, poking the bear, if you will, by people in my profession. Sports journalists and journalists in general were skeptical, angry, because this wasn't the Olympic movement.
The Olympic ideal had always been about amateur competition, which meant the United States had always sent basketball teams made up of college kids. Teams that dominated for decades. In 1972, the Soviet Union was awarded a victory over the U.S. in a controversial gold medal game.
The United States apparently had won the game, but the debate still goes on.
To this day, that American team still hasn't claimed their silver medals.
What? Oh nah, bro. This is actually deeper than I thought, dog. Wait, that's crazy. Why didn't they receive their silver medals? What the heck? You can't just drop that fact on us, bro. You gotta give us context, man.
But that result seemed like a fluke when the Americans got the gold in their next two Olympic appearances.
Oh, okay. Wait, what? So the next two was probably with Jordan, I'm assuming. Damn, Jordan was young. Who was on this team with Jordan over here? Who was on this team?
While the U.S. celebrated, though, the rest of the world was catching up. So in 1988, when the Soviets won again, there was no talk of any fluke.
The United States goes home with a semi-final loss to the bigger, more experienced USSR team.
I was embarrassed. I know some of the guys left their medals there in the room. They didn't want to take them home. And here we are, USA on our chest, and we didn't get the job done.
But the amateur ideal had gotten muddled. While NBA players were prohibited from Olympic competition, professionals from other leagues abroad could play.
If you played in Europe for money, you were an amateur, but if you played in the NBA for money, you were a professional. And so our players weren't eligible.
Those other countries were using pros, playing against 18, 19-year-old kids.
Nah, come on, that's unfair though, bruh. That is unfair. And I wonder what happened when they changed the rule. Why did they happen to change the rule, bruh? Like, what changed? What changed in the system that allowed the NBA players now to come back and actually play?
It's really unfair.
Changing the hypocrisy, though, was a central goal of a European named Boris Stankovic, the head of FIBA, the World Basketball Federation.
He was very much intent on lifting basketball up to the highest possible level of international sports. And if the whole world knew that the very best players in the world were not participating in the Olympics, that made it a second-class event.
So in 1989, Stankovic issued a resolution to allow pros from all leagues to compete in the Olympics. But back in America, the NBA was lukewarm to the idea.
We wanted to be good partners with FIBA to grow the sport of basketball, but we weren't particularly anxious. We didn't know what it would mean. We didn't know if our players would want to do it. We didn't know what the logistics were, but the vote passed and NBA players were eligible for the Olympics.
Now the issue wasn't about whether American pros could play.
It's whether they wanted to play. Yeah, I can imagine.
The one guy that, that we were a little concerned about was probably Michael. The thought back then was Michael Jordan plays 36 holes of golf 90 days during the summer. What the hell is he going to be doing playing basketball?
I was hoping they would not ask me to participate. And I was trying to figure out a way graciously that I could decline. I'd done the Olympic thing before, and when Rod Thorne called me and asked me, I wasn't gung-ho about it.
My appeal to him.
Damn, I wonder why he wanted to decline the offer at first, bruh. I mean, he was the first one they asked, right? Was he the first one? Because if he's the first one, I could see why. If he's the first one, though. But if he's not the first one, then I don't know.
Because you're the top player in the world. This is bigger than the NBA Finals. And
bigger than the NBA Finals is crazy work, dog. I don't like salesmen. That's the reason why I don't like salesmen, dog. I really don't like salesmen because they really sell you to lie. Just tell me the truth, man. Dang. God, like, that shit is jarring, bro. I would way more appreciate it, bro. I'm telling you, if you just tell someone the truth, bro, I'm telling you they're more likely to actually comply, man. But when you come with these, like, come on, dog.
You know, we need you. His thing, well, who else is playing? I mean, are all the good players going to play? You know, I'm not going to play by myself.
So Michael Jordan waited to hear more. And Rod Thorne made his next call.
It was a no-brainer for me. You know, I was in from day one. And I figured if I jumped in first and said I wanted to play, that would get guys to want to participate as well.
I think if Magic wasn't on that team, I don't think it would have been as spectacular as it was. And to finish out our careers, that was important for both of us.
Once you get guys like Magic and Larry committing to the team, then all of a sudden it becomes something very, very special. Representing the USA is already a tremendous honor, but to know that you're going to be on...
Damn, that says a lot about Larry Bird and Magic Johnson, dog. The fact that they said, nah, come on, young bucks. They got Michael Jordan. They got... Who else did they get? They got everyone involved and brought into the system, bro. That says a lot about them boys, man. Great leaders, dog. That says a lot about them.
A dream team is a once-in-a-lifetime experience.
Magic, Bird, and David Robinson weren't alone in their pride.
They called in the big guns.
The big guns.
We're the Navy SEALs that we had to go over there and kick butts and take names.
With those stars and the Utah Jazz tandem of John Stockton and Karl Malone, the dream team was starting to take shape.
Bro, I didn't even realize John Stockton was on that team. I didn't even realize my boy John was on that team, dog. Wow. Hold on. For those people that are watching this, like, in real time, was John really hooping like that? Like, I'm saying on the dream team. Was John hooping on the dream team? Like, was he really pulling buckets on the dream team like that?
It don't matter if you call me last. I got the call.
You were nice, Carl. You were nice, dog. Wasn't he like a top 3-4 all-time scorer in the NBA, dog? I'm pretty sure he was like top 5 scorers in the NBA. I can't remember.
Didn't feel like that I deserved to be called, but I truly wasn't going to tell them that.
I was like, yeah, I'm in. I didn't even think to say who else on the team. I'm like, yeah.
Who the heck is Chris Mullin? Hey, enlighten me, guys. Who's this, bro? Please enlighten me. Who is Chris Mullin, bro?
I'm good. Yes.
Charles Barkley's ability was never in question.
Bro, what is going on? Charles Barkley's out here shaving his mustache in real interview.
But his attitude was.
God want us to win the world championship.
I don't know if I go that far, Charles.
No, I talked to him the other night.
I learned early.
Oh, he said God wants us to win the national championship. That's crazy.
Early in Philadelphia. It doesn't matter what I say. So from this day forward, I'm going to say what the hell I want to say. And some people are going to like it, and some people are going to dislike it.
But after a series of incidents on and off the court, the least of the committee's concerns were about what Barkley would say.
Wait, what do you mean? What was he saying? Like, wait, what? Hold on, bro. I gotta understand this. What do you mean?
From this day forward, I'm gonna say what the hell I want to say,
And some people gonna like it, and some people gonna dislike it.
But after a series of incidents on and off the court, the least of the committee's concerns were about what Barkley would say.
What, was Barkley outspoken when he was playing? I mean, he's outspoken now, so I'm assuming he was probably worse back then, right?
I was asked to talk to him. He was so honored that we would even think about asking him. He convinced me that you won't have any problems with me.
Wait, what was Barkley doing so bad, bruh? Was he wilding during the interviews? What happened? Yo, if anyone knows what Barkley was doing, please let me know. I'm actually interested, bruh.
Now, with the team near...
They should have told us what Charles Barkley was doing, but then that would have made the documentary about him, right? Yeah, I get it. But yo, if you guys know what he was doing, please let me know, bruh.
Really complete, Rod Thorne had enough talent secured to go back to where he started.
Representing my country was a big thing, but I think, the biggest motivation for me was now I get to spend time with some of the guys I compete against all the time.
Portland's Clyde Drexler.
Wait, was Clyde Drexler on the team?
Rounded out the list of NBA players.
Damn, no, that's a list that that's crazy, dog. Wait, why didn't they talk about Chris Laettner? Was Christian Laettner not on the team?
While the final spot on the roster was reserved for an amateur, Duke's Christian Laettner, coming off back-to-back NCAA titles.
There's the pass to Laettner. Puts it up.
Nah, Christian Laettner's too good, bruh. He's the greatest college basketball player of all time, bruh. What? Full court, little juke and fade away? Hold on, dog. What team drafted Christian Laettner, bruh? Because they should have done a better job with that boy, man. They should have got it out of his head, or I don't know. They should have done something with him.
Another Olympic year, Laettner might have been the team's biggest star, but on this team, he was fine with being the last guy on the bench.
Yeah, dang, this is probably a crazy experience, dog. How many championships did Duke have when Christian Laettner was there? Ain't no way they went 4 for 4, bro. There's no way these guys went 4 for 4. Nah, there's no way, bro.
In any other Olympic year, Laettner might have been the team's biggest star, but on this team, he was fine with being the last guy on the bench.
I tell people this all the time, and it may shock them, but my most enjoyable year was my freshman year because they don't expect nothing from you except carry the luggage, do the laundry, and get our donuts. And that's easy. The harder thing is to be the leader.
By May.
Christian. Bro, people think Christian's a dickhead, bro. That's not true, dog. Okay, it might be true, but there's a method behind the madness, bro. I'm telling you, that boy's a genius. Because if you're gonna be wait, who's in the suit? Where's Christian Laettner? Right? Oh, there he is. Bro, there's a method behind this madness, bro. If you're gonna be as elite as Christian Laettner, bro, there gotta be like some type of genius behind you. You're not just a dickhead, bro. You're a dickhead, yes, but you hooping, bruh.
Of 1991, 2 months before the Olympics, the team was set. One college kid and 11 future Hall of Famers. The man charged with putting it all together was the...
Bro, 11, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Who is this guy, bruh? Cause they say 11 Hall of Famers. Who is this?
Flappable, Chuck Daly.
Okay, all set.
I'm set.
Chuck looked the part. He was the guy that looked like he owned the arena, but
he definitely looks the part, bro. I'm not gonna lie.
He would also push the broom.
His hair was beautiful. His suits were immaculate. He wanted to win, but he wanted to look good.
As the head coach of the
he looks good. Look at him, bro. I'm telling you right now, bro. When a guy like this looks you in the face, bro, you know he means business. You don't want to bullshit him. Tell him the truth and get on about your day, bro.
Pistons. Daly did both, winning back-to-back championships.
He was the Pistons coach? Goodness gracious.
In 1989 and 90.
The Pistons are winners and still champions of the world.
The Pistons Pistons were nicknamed the Bad Boys for their aggressive and some say
Damn, the bad boy Pistons, bro.
a dirty style of play, never more evident than in their memorable playoff battles with Michael Jordan's Bulls.
Michael on the move against Vinnie Johnson in the hoop. He is necktied.
Oh.
Michael Jordan goes down hard.
Detroit and Chicago had no love for each other.
So when Daly was named the Dream Team coach, many wondered how he'd handle working with the Bulls' biggest star.
I was being asked to wrestle with some demons and some issues.
But the coach was well acquainted with the task of managing personalities.
He coached the bad boys. And if you can coach those, you can coach anybody.
Nah, if you can coach the bad boys, bro, you dead ass can coach anyone. Cause those, I wonder how it must have been coaching this team. Look at it, just look at Isaiah, bro. Damn, I want to punch him in the face. Just look at him, bro. I'm telling you, when you look at Isaiah, don't you just want to punch him, bro? Oh God, bro, this guy's annoying. I'm sorry, bro. Bro, Isaiah Thomas. Nah, the bad boy Pistons, bro. I'm sorry, dog. Damn. And they were really fouling.
One player Daly wouldn't be coaching in the Olympics, however, was his own star in Detroit, point guard Isaiah Thomas, who controversially had been left off the team's roster.
No matter how much people try to say now, it was no big a deal. It was a big deal.
Yeah, I can
imagine. I talked
imagine.
to Isaiah at the beginning of the year about the aspect he wasn't on the team, and he was not comfortable with it. I'm sure he is very hurt. He's a very deserving player, but he was not selected.
Thomas was well on his way to a Hall of Fame career, but was also seen by many as the biggest cultivator of the bad boys image in Detroit.
Damn, Isaiah! What the heck? But he throwing punches! Nah, I'm not gonna lie, that's crazy.
Isaiah was the
Yo,
gentleman.
what?
He was the guy that would yap at his teammates and say, knock him on the ass, do whatever you gotta do.
Beautiful backdoor pass from Pippen, and he is walloped. He knew he was going to get hit.
I despised it.
Dude, and he's smiling. I'm not gonna lie, he's a little, I don't even want to use those words, bruh. But just look at him, bro. Just look at that boy.
The way that he played the game.
Did you want him on the Dream Team?
No, I did not want him on the team.
Did Michael? Did he want him on the team?
Well, I can't speak for Michael, but I don't think he wanted him on the team.
Bro, Scottie Pippen, bro. I'm not gonna lie, that's a cheeky boy right there, dog. You can see him just smirking. Damn. Nah, Scottie Pippen was one of them boys, man.
Now, there has been speculation that your icy relationship with Isaiah Thomas is the reason that he was not selected. Well, what is your reaction to that?
That was one of the stipulations put to me prior to me even committing, that Isaiah wasn't a part of the team. I was getting strong innuendos that it wasn't just, it was coming from higher places that didn't want Isaiah Thomas on the team.
Certainly things are being pointed at me because of our relationship and of course about the way that the end of the game between Detroit and Chicago ended.
Bro, no homo, bro. No, pause on this, please pause, but I'm not gonna lie. Michael Jordan's a good looking guy, dog. I don't mean this in any type of way too, bro. I'm just saying he really is a good looking guy, man.
We were picking the group just after the Pistons had been eliminated by the Bulls, and it was timing for Isaiah. Everybody had fresh in their mind the picture of Isaiah walking off the court.
Pistons wasting no time in getting out of here. They left the bench, although there's 7 and 9/10 seconds remaining. The Pistons just left.
When the Pistons walked off the court before the final bell, I think it left a bad taste in a lot of people's mouths.
All right, no Isaiah Thomas stuff.
No Isaiah Thomas questions.
Cool.
Jordan and the team were done answering questions about Isaiah. But with training camp approaching, a bigger question would need to be answered.
Hello, how you doing?
How would the 12 stars that were selected play together?
I will say this, bro. If I was Thomas in this situation, dog, I would feel some type of way, bro. Because at the end of the day, he is working hard. He's putting a lot of effort into in these games. But it's just like the ethics and the morals behind it. Damn, bro, you really just knocking guys off they chin, going up for layups and punching guys, bro. Damn, bro, I see I see both sides. I don't just see one side, man.
Training camp began on June 22nd, 1992, in La Jolla, California. And when the gym doors opened, no one was quite sure what to expect, especially the players themselves.
There's a lot of egos in one gym and on one team. Everybody wanted their form to shine and showcase why they were a part of this team.
With all these stars on the team, if it comes down to the last shot, who's gonna take the shot?
Me. Everybody in the world.
Who the heck do you think you are, bro? Say me. It's Jordan, right?
The only difference between us, we have a reason to have an ego.
Every one of us felt like we was everybody.
Okay, now I'm not gonna lie, I like this right here because you see in the Lost Dance, we didn't see the actual opinions of the guys that were playing, bro. You see, now I want to see who they actually respected and who they actually went to for the last shot, because obviously in the Last Dance they're gonna say it was Mike, but I want to see, like, as you saw, I think who was it, Davidson or Ewing? I can't remember who it was, bro. They said I'm taking the last shot. You violent. Mike's right there. What's Carmelo must say, man?
Every one of us felt like we was everybody.
And when practice started that first day, every player seemed to be trying to prove just how great they were.
It was a very competitive practice, and I'm thinking, aren't we all on the same team?
Patrick go, I don't want to play with David, I want to play against him. And you hear Michael say, I don't want to be on Magic's team, I want to play against him.
Wait, what? Hold the F on, bruh. What did people say?
Patrick go, I don't want to play with David, I want to play against him. And
you don't want to play with who? I don't want to play with David, I want to play against him. Oh, okay. Patrick Ewing is saying I don't want to play with David. Okay, I see.
You hear Michael say, I don't want to be on Magic's team, I want to play against him.
Every evaluation of Michael Jordan at that time was, he's good, but he's never Magic Johnson. In my competitive nature, I want to use every little bit that I could gather so that I can gain an advantage.
He's good, but he's not Magic Johnson. How many rings did Michael Jordan have at this point, bro? Dang, Magic had 5. Damn, boy.
Karl Malone, he's the only guy I would even compare to myself at the power forward position. So I want to prove that I was the best power forward in the world.
Charles. Yeah, he's a great talent. Do I think he's better than me? Hell no. So let's do this.
Oh my gosh, this is actually movies. This is scenes, dog. What? They really going back and forth like those.
By the time this over with, you're going to be thinking I'm damn good too.
The first practice.
Wait, I don't know, man. I'm assuming, because I don't know. I didn't watch Charles Malone. I didn't watch him like that. Who's better between Malone and Charles Barkley, bro? Who's better?
Barkley drives baseline, and Karl Malone jumps up like this. Barkley just dunked on him so hard.
Oh my gosh. Barkley dunked on that boy. What?
And Karl Malone jumps up like this.
Bro, imagine a college kid going through this. This must have been crazy, dog. I'm sorry, bro. You deadass have like front row seats to greatness. Like deadass though.
Barkley drives baseline, and Karl Malone jumps up like this. Barkley just dunked on him so hard. It was just an unbelievable play. I felt like, man, I cannot believe that I'm part of this practice.
Yeah, nah, I'm not gonna lie. If I was Christian Maiden, this would be surreal to me too, bro.
A few days later, the team had a chance to acclimate themselves to playing on the same side. Chuck Daly had scheduled a scrimmage against a select group of college players, a group thrilled to be facing off against their idols.
I found out today I might be picking up Magic a little bit full court, so,
Bro, this Bobby Hurley guy, I don't know who this is, but he probably right now he's in finance, working at some, I mean, damn, 1992, he's probably 70 years old. Okay, I don't know, he probably went on to go to some, like, JP Morgan, like, Bro, his dad, Law, whoever his kids are, bro, that's crazy. He dead ass playing against the greatest players of all time, bro.
Things are just happening for me that really makes me happy.
Imagine, bro, the story you're gonna tell your kids about this day.
The whole thought process was don't embarrass yourself, and that was like the theme for me, like just hang in
Bro,
there.
imagine telling your kids you dad played against. Oh my goodness, dog.
A lot of those people that I've looked up to, Barkley, Malone, a lot of those people talk confidence, and I think it's going to be a good matchup. There's no advantage on either side.
For the college players, it was a chance to see how they'd match up against the world's best. For Coach Daly, it was an opportunity to get his stars to grow into a single unit.
I like that though. It's a good way to get the youth in the right situation to obviously go to the next level, and so it's a good tradition that they do, bro. I remember they did this when Cooper Flag was hooping, bro. That boy Cooper Flag was hooping when they did this thing, bro.
I think we're somewhere between the mentality of an all-star game and trying to come together as a team. So we've got to continually work on this.
Daly had been hired for his ability to manage personalities and egos. And when the scrimmage began, it became apparent that his players had left one of their biggest weapons, those egos, somewhere else.
Dang. So ain't no way the college team. What did the college team do in this game, bro?
The non-fan would think, well, they're going to go in there and they're each going to want their own ball, and Jordan's going to be hogging the ball, and Magic's going to be dribbling all over the place. Point of fact, it was the exact opposite. They overpassed.
It was like, I don't want to start it off. You do it. And before you realize it, the select team was beating us by 10.
We didn't know how to play with each other. We didn't want to step on anybody's toes or hurt any egos. So these young kids, they were killing us.
Bro, imagine going up 10 on Michael Jordan, Scottie Pippen, Larry Bird, Magic Johnson, bro. I'll be like, what the heck are these guys doing, bro?
We were not into it, and we paid for it.
Chris Webber was a man. I thought, boy, that's the guy's coming this league. I could get out of here.
No way. Larry Bird, dog. Come on, dog. Wait, did Chris Webber... Let me search it up right now. Where did Chris Webber play in the NBA, dog? Why don't I know about this man? Because he's out here looking like a monster out there, dog. He looks like a monster out there, bro. Hold on. I need to see what... Let me keep playing this.
Hurley was dominant. I did have some success penetrating and collapsing the defense, and our energy, our excitement to play, all those things played in our favor.
Bobby Hurley didn't play 2 seasons in the NBA. Nevertheless, it did expose the one weakness they could have had, which is defending against quick guards.
They were playing great. Then I noticed that Michael Jordan is not playing.
I'm saying something. Chuck, then he said, we're all right. We're all right.
Daly watched as his players failed to make...
Steve Kerr. This was the birth of Steve Kerr. He was like the assistant coach at the time, right?
I'm saying something. Chuck, then he said, we're all right. We're all right.
Daly watched as his players failed to make up the deficit. And in their first taste of outside competition, the Dream Team lost.
Ain't no way they lost the game, bro. There's no way they lost the game.
A story their coach didn't want the press to get their hands on.
I remember Chuck saying as soon as the game ended and we were getting ready to let media in, it was erase the scoreboard.
Bro, imagine being the guy to beat freaking Dream Team. Imagine being the guy to beat the Dream Team. Would you guys tell people, nah, bro, you don't want to do that to your country? That's crazy. You don't want to expose your country like that, bro. If I beat Michael Jordan, bro, I ain't telling no one, bro. I'm sorry. I ain't doing that to my GOAT, bro. Hell no.
The media comes in, scores, if not hundreds. They can sense something. You can feel the tension, or you can feel something in the air.
Well, some of these college players we just got through playing against probably should be on this team, but they'll get their chance.
The teams posed for a picture together, both not sure what to make of what had just happened. But the man in charge may have had the answer.
He threw the game. Chuck threw the game. If you look how much Jordan played and how he subbed guys in, not picking up, not making any adjustments, he knew what he was doing.
Why did he throw the game? That's an interesting tactic right there. Can you give us the reason, man? Chuck, what were you thinking, bro? What were you thinking, Chuck?
It was legit. It felt tremendous.
Nah, give us the reason, because that's interesting. Why would he throw the game, bro?
What we were doing that day, they couldn't stop it.
There are kids who believe in Santa Claus too, and the Easter Bunny, and now that they've grown up, I hate to burst their bubble, but it was a game thrown. Not many people would have done it, and he did it.
It was gratifying to Chuck for us to get our butts beat like that, because now we had to listen to him.
From then on.
What? He did that on purpose? Nah, no way, dog. He gotta be some type of genius to do that on purpose, bro. He gotta be the only person in the world that would throw that game right there, dog. I'm telling you right now. What? Oh, but can you please tell us, Chuck? Come on. Tell us your reason.
He had a way of just saying, you could lose.
After fixing his collars and his hair, his speech was, anybody can get beat, so you gotta be ready to play.
Damn. That's a lesson in the heart right there, dog. Anyone can get beat, so you gotta show up and play, dog. I'm not gonna lie, Chuck, that's a good one out of you, man.
I think that's the only speech he ever gave us.
The message got across. I mean, Chuck couldn't have been happier, I'm sure.
It was brilliant on Chuck's part to be able to orchestrate that and play along like he didn't.
Why didn't he tell you guys?
We probably would have screwed it up.
The next day, training camp ended with a rematch against the college kids. And once play started, everything made sense again.
The tables were turned drastically. We showed them why we are who we are. We pretty much beat them by 100.
No. He beat them by 100? Okay, that makes sense though. So, damn, Chuck, you really did again the first one. Damn.
They couldn't score. And by the way, Jordan played a lot more that next scrimmage.
I wonder how many minutes Jordan played. That makes sense he didn't play. Sheesh.
Before the Dream Team could play in the 1992 Olympics, they had to qualify. The place to do that was Portland, Oregon, and the Tournament of the Americas.
Bro, there's qualifications for Olympics? I guess there are, yeah.
It would be the public's first chance to see the NBA stars together in a game, especially Jordan, Bird, and Magic. Daly had asked all three to be team captains, but Jordan had turned him down.
I knew how much it meant to both of those guys because they never had the opportunity to play on the Olympics. So I said, you know what, Chuck, don't worry about me. Let these old dogs do it.
Magic and Bird weren't just the team's oldest players. They were also the most revered. They had entered the league together in 1979, embarking on a rivalry that had redefined the NBA. And along the way, their personal admiration for one another had grown.
Magic's just a great basketball player. He's the best I've ever seen, Unbelievable.
I remember this is when Magic beat him. That's crazy. I wonder why he said this, bruh. Magic must have really hooped that day, dog. He really must have hooped that day, I'm not gonna lie. For Larry Bird to say that after a loss. Sheesh.
I don't know what to say.
In 1992, they'd be getting the chance to share the ball. But the opportunity would be coming at the end of their careers. Bird had given his soul to the game.
Damn.
But after so many years, his body was betraying him.
Had back problems. It just gets to the point where you just couldn't play. I mean, you couldn't think, couldn't move, couldn't run. If you can't feel your feet, it's hard to run.
Larry
was on the fence because of his back. So I said, man, LB, you gotta play, man. You gotta play. This is our last chance to be together.
Magic would be able to convince his old friend to play. But at the start of the 1991-92 NBA season, he was forced to retire after learning he had the HIV virus. Doctors would eventually clear him to play in the Olympics, though that didn't stop fears from swirling.
Yeah, I wonder what was like the thought process and the vibe around that situation, bro. Because I know in the 90s it was kind of like crazy and people thought he was like you can't touch him, and it must have been crazy. So what was the vibe on the team, bro?
There's a lot of players that really didn't want him to play, didn't want to play with him or against him.
Play with him? Damn, bruh. Nah, that's sad, I'm not gonna lie.
Because nobody knew what disease meant. You know, they say you get a little blood on you, you got HIV, or you breathe on you, you know. I never bought any of that, you know. You just keep going. And that's what Irving decided to do, just keep pushing, keep going.
6-5, 3-pointer, yes,
Magic had made a cameo in the 1992 All-Star Game and had focused his attention on the Olympics, hoping for an encore of a lifetime alongside his old rival.
Our careers were really over, and it was something I thought needed to happen for both of us.
Their debut would take place at Portland's Rose Garden, with their team needing to medal in the Tournament of the Americas to qualify for the Olympics. That seemed like a foregone conclusion to just about everyone, including their first opponents, who were completely in awe before the game even started.
The Cuban team spontaneously drops to its knees as if 12 popes had come by on Easter.
Nah, come on, bro. Cuba, what the heck is going on, dog? Before the game ski? Before the game ski, bro. Nah, come on, bro.
Sunday. At that point, the idea that this is merely a basketball game has been ripped asunder.
It was a surreal feeling. You're like, dude, we're here to kick y'all behind. And they want to take pictures with you.
Then the game begins. Magic and Larry come out together, two guys that had saved the league. They wouldn't even be playing this game without those two. And Magic passed the ball. Larry makes the first basket.
Forward banking in, goes to the fadeaway.
I mean, you know, it just didn't get any better than that.
The U.S. was off and running, and the result was a thing of beauty.
Johnson leading the break, finds Robinson.
And no one seemed more excited to be sharing the court than the co-captains.
Bird for three.
Yo, Larry got a sniper of a shot, dog. Larry got a sniper of a shot, bro. I ain't gonna lie. They probably beat these guys by 52.
Tonight was a smashing success, with the outcome never in doubt.
Woo! That boy Magic.
Opening night was a smashing success.
That's actually a crazy pass, bro, by the way.
With the outcome never in doubt.
Damn!
Magic to Portland.
And late in the game, fans in Portland decided they wanted a curtain call from a three-time MVP.
What's that?
The crowd started cheering. Larry, Larry, Larry.
Why are they screaming Larry? Hold on. Wasn't he playing?
Cheering. Larry, Larry, Larry.
Crowd reacts to the entrance of Larry Bird. A standing ovation.
And as he'd done so many other times.
Dang, I'm getting goosebumps right now, bro. They wanted to see that boy Larry that bad. That's impressive, bro. How about Michael Jordan? Wait, what year was the Olympics, bro? Cause I'm confused. Why are they not screaming for Michael Jordan? Well, at this point it was Larry's league. Am I wrong for saying that? I gotta be wrong for saying that, bro. Cause why the heck are they screaming Larry Bird's name right now?
Times in his career, Larry Bird rose to the occasion.
Jordan with the behind-the-back save. Here's Bird. Yes.
You just knew that Larry Bird was not going to miss that shot.
was a virtually flawless performance. The final margin of victory was 77 points.
What? They beat them boys by 70! God damn.
Magic and Bird had led the way. For Magic in particular, after a year out of the game, the victory had a special kind of meaning.
Living with HIV, never even thinking that I would ever have a chance to play basketball again, and then basketball for the United States, it was therapy for me.
That had to be a good therapy session, I'm not gonna lie, because that boy was going through it, man. He must have been going through the works at that point.
And I needed that in the worst way.
And then there was the matter of making sure Michael Jordan knew he was back as well.
Yeah, you hear what the captain said? The captain said, sit down, or this boat is going to sink.
That's right. Have a seat, because you're going to fall, and then it's going to happen.
That's the seniority right there.
I know it.
With Magic and Michael, there was that little extra something there, you know, and something kind of to prove to each other.
So I'm confused when it comes to between Larry, between Magic, between Bird. What's that dynamic like? Because like people are saying Magic, people are saying Michael Jordan is never gonna eclipse Magic Johnson, but at the same time Larry Bird and Magic Johnson have this head-to-head. Who's better? People think it's Larry. Some people may think it's Magic. But now the GOAT, which is Michael Jordan, people are saying he's never going to be better than Magic. So what's that dynamic looking like, bruh? And what's the consensus over there, bruh?
Put upon myself to always shoot with Michael. Okay, MJ, free throws today. Who was the first one to 50? Or we had little games. Who was the better shooter?
He didn't want to relinquish that control of the 80s, in a sense, even though we were going into the 90s.
Damn, so that's what it is. They were going into the 90s, but he didn't want to pass the torch, bro. Come on, Magic, pass it. Pass the torch, homie.
One hand, don't touch it.
Oh, nah, he nice. Oh, nah, Magic nice, bro. Hell nah. I know Jordan ain't doing that shit. Magic is too nice, bro.
Don't touch the phone. One hand, don't touch it.
Nah, they're not doing that. They're not doing that, bro. That's too nice right there. Bro, nah, you're not doing that too. You know, I'm not gonna lie. I knew they weren't gonna score that, bro. That's too crazy. That's a crazy ass shot, bro.
You know, he just come off missing a whole year. So it was who can win, who's going to have the bragging rights by the end of this trip.
You can't get too close to Michael, it's a foul.
You haven't committed a foul in almost a year and a half, man. How can you talk?
Michael's always tried to let people know that he's the top dog in whatever. That's just his competitive mode.
If there's anyone on this planet that knows what they talk about when they say that, it's Scottie Pippen, bro. It's definitely Scottie Pippen. Now I'm not gonna lie, I wanna get to the point in this documentary where they let us know, bro, who was gonna carry the reins of this team, because the Lost Dons might be biased, bro. I'm not gonna lie, that shit might be biased, man. But I think this one might actually tell the truth, bro.
Young guy with the elder statesman. These old guys, they got all the rights. They can't stand in one spot too long.
He's a young puppy. I'm the big dog here. Whatever I say goes.
While the winner of Magic and Michael's Kenya...
So this had to be like 89, maybe? I don't know. This might have... Because he says going into the 90s. Oh, this might be 92, maybe? I don't know, bruh. I don't know what year this is.
Who topped this challenge remained in doubt. When it came to facing the competition in the Tournament of the Americas, the team stood united.
When we took the court in Portland, which, you know, we're on home ground, we wanted to showcase to the fans who would be representing them.
The lead is 30. Steele. Jordan.
I'm going to send a message around the world today that y'all can give it up. You foreigners can give it up.
Mullet with a steal. Stockton has Mullet. Goes the other way.
That's nice how they use Stockton. I'm not going to lie. That shit was crazy.
With a steal. Stockton has Mullet. Goes the other way.
The Americans won their 6 games at the tournament by an average of 50 points.
All right, Larry, your impressions of tonight's game?
The gold medal was no surprise. But what was unexpected was the team's interactions with their opponents, who showered them with adulation before, after, and even during games.
Magic Johnson and Oranga shaking hands.
Nah, this is wild though, bruh. They must have been starstruck, dude. What? Damn, bro, he's reaching hands with Magic mid free throw though. Nah, bro, nothing's gonna come close to this one. I'm not gonna lie, bro. It don't even come close, bro.
Hands after the shot.
That's what I'm saying. Like, think about it: KD, Steph, James, Tatum. Damn, bro, it don't come close. I think the Redeem team comes closer than this one, bro. Because the Redeem team was Carmelo Anthony, KD, James, LeBron James, even that one. Kyrie Irving might have. I don't know, bro.
The Tournament of the Americas had served its purpose. The U.S. had qualified for the Barcelona Games and given the world its first glimpse of what was coming later that summer.
I want to say this is just a small step to what our goal really is, to get to Barcelona, win the gold medal, and bring it back where it's supposed to be. Thank you.
I think that's a good point to end, bro. Check you guys on the flip side. This is part 1. We gonna finish part 2 tomorrow.